Let's solve equations using the square root operation. Equation number 3. The quantity x minus 3 squared equals 25. We are going to have two solutions to this equation. Step 1. Identify and isolate the square operation. So here's our square operation, and this square operation is being used on the entire quantity x minus 3. The square operation is isolated because the square and the expression are the only things on the left side of the equation. How did we identify and isolate the square operation? We identified the square operation by finding the square, and now the operation was being applied to this two-term expression x minus 3. We know it is isolated because it is alone on the left side of the equation. Step 2. Square root both sides. So we draw our square root symbol over the left side and square root symbol over the right side. With this being just a number, we know that we're going to take a positive and a negative value for the square root of 25. Over here on the left side, we are square rooting a square expression. These are inverse operations, so the expression x minus 3 is left over on the left side of the equation. And that is equal to a positive and negative 5. How did we square root both sides? To square root both sides, we drew a square root symbol over the entire left side and entire right side of our equation. On the right side of the equation, the square root of just the number, we also included our positive and negative or plus minus symbol. The square root operation on the square expression allowed the internal expression to come out, x minus 3, and the square root of 25 was 5, so we have a plus and minus, positive and negative 5. Step 3. Solve both equations, positive and negative, for the variable. So we are going to take our equation here and we're going to create two equations, one for a positive 5 and one for a negative 5. We'll begin with the positive. X minus 3 is equal to positive 5 and x minus 3 is equal to negative 5. Here our equation is not solved. We're going to use an additive inverse on this minus 3 term. By adding 3 to both sides, we will be left with x alone on the left side, and that will be equal to positive 5 plus 3, which is 8. We apply the same additive inverse on the negative equation, adding 3 to both sides, and now we will get x is equal to a negative 5 plus 3. We are combining with different signs, which means that we will take the sign of the larger value and then subtract 5 minus 3 equals 2, taking the sign as negative, negative 2. 8 and negative 2 are the solutions to the equation. The quantity x minus 3 squared equals 25. How did we solve the equation? After creating the equation for the positive 5 and negative 5, we were not done yet. We had to still apply an additive inverse to isolate our variable x, and after this one step, we had our two solutions, 8 and negative 2. You are now ready to solve equation number 4 using the square root operation and getting two solutions for the equation.